Alright, so today we're doing ratios and proportions. A ratio is just a comparison of two numbers by division. X to Y, it can be written like this, or it can be written as a fraction. Alright, because fractions are division problems. A proportion is an equation stating that two ratios are equal. 1/6 is equal to 5/30. That's what this says. We can prove it by either reducing or multiplying. I'm going to multiply. I'm going to make 6 into 30 by timesing by 5. What I do to the bottom, I have to do to the top. So 5 times 1 is 5. What's 5 times 6? 30 is 5/30 equal to 5/30. Yes. Okay. Or we could reduce it. Okay. Well, we can take 5 out of 5 and get 1. Take 5 out of 30 and get 6. So they're equal to each other. No, you can reduce if you get a problem like this, right? You can reduce that. Okay? Or like this, if I say 4/20, it's the same thing as 1/5. Okay? So you can reduce this way or this way. Alright? Alright. Write this down. The problem here, okay, you're going to see problems like this where they give you two fractions. And they're going to say, it's going to say, determine whether these are equivalent ratios, right? Yes or no. Alright? So what we can do is we can either reduce the larger one and see if it reduces down to 2/3, or we can times the 2/3 to something to try and get it to be equal to 16/24. Alright? So I'm going to do it both ways. We're going to reduce first. 16 over 24. What could I take out of 24 to get it down to 3? Yes, Brayley? 8. Okay, so I divide that by 8. 24 divided by 8 is 3. 16 divided by 8 is 2. Are these equivalent ratios? So my answer would be yes. Alright, write this one down. On this one, okay, we're going to try and make the smaller fraction into a larger fraction. Okay, so I have 6/10 and 2/5. What do I need to do to 5 to make it into 10? Times it by 2. Okay, so what I do to the bottom, I do to the top. Okay, I get 4/10. Is that equal to 6/10? No. Right? So I can either make the larger one smaller or the smaller one larger. Okay? I could do that on this one. I could take 2 out of here and get 5, 2 out of here and get... Okay? Is 3/5 equal to 2/5? No. Alright, write this down right here. Alright, so what they'll do is give you something like this and say using cross products to determine whether these are ratios. Alright? Cross products is where we just cross multiply. Okay? Because we have a rule that says this. A over B, if it's equal to C over D, then we can cross multiply and A times D is equal to C times B. Alright? We can cross multiply. If they're equal on both sides, then they must be equal ratios. So we're going to check using this one. We have 2 over 3.5 and 8 over 14. So we take 2 times 14 and see if it's equal to 8 times 3.5. What is 2 times 14? Okay, 3.5 times 8 is also 28. So, are they ratio pairs? Do these ratio pairs form a proportion? Yes. Okay, that's all we do. Use cross multiplication. You have to show your work. Alright, so write this down. Alright, so we need to use cross products to determine whether these ratios form a proportion. So I cross multiply 0.3 times 2 See if it's equal to 0.5 times 1.5. 0.3 times 2, what we do is we take 3 times 2, which is 6, move the decimal over 1 time. So 0.3 times 2 is 0.6. Okay, 0.5 times 1.5. What is 5 times 15? Does anyone know? What's 5 times 5? 5 times 5 is 25. Okay, yeah. 75, we've got 2 decimal places, right? 0.5, 1.5. So is 0.6 equal to 0.75? No. Okay. They don't equal. So this is when they say justify, that's all you need to write right there. Is 0.6 is not equal to 0.75. All right? Yes, you still have to write no, but then that's how you justify it. Is by showing that they're not equal. Draw a line through the equal sign. Write this down. We have x over 10 is equal to 3/5. What we need to do is we need to find x. X makes this an equivalent proportion. So we need to find out what number would make this an equivalent proportion. So what we can do is we can use our cross multiply and get 5x equal to 30. We divide by 5. X equals 6. There's our answer. Alright, so we need to find out what number x is to make this an equivalent proportion. So what we do is we cross multiply. We have 7 times x minus 2 is equal to 28. We distribute the 7. We got 7x minus 14 is equal to 28. We add 14 to both sides. This gives me 42. 7x is equal to 42, so we divide by 7. What is x? It is 6. Thank you. We can check our answer. Plug 6 in here. What is 6 minus 2? 4. 4 over 14, is that equal to 2 over 7? Yes, it is. Yes, when they give you something like this, it is an equivalent expression, but they want you to figure out what x is. Okay? So they will be, there's not a yes or no on this. They will be. Okay? Now, if we got 7, if we did something wrong, 42 divided by 7, we got 7. Just say we messed up. Okay? 7 minus 2 is 5. 5 over 14, right? That wouldn't be equal to 2 over 7, so I must have done something wrong. That's why we check our work. All right, write this down. All right, so we have a map key. Let's say we're looking at a map. Okay, and the map key says 3 inches on this map is 10 miles in real life. Right, that's a map key. What we need to do is we need to figure out 1 1/8 inches. How many miles is that? Okay, so what we can do is we can set up a proportion. Okay, we do our actual, let's do it this way. Let's do our scale on top and our actual on bottom. Okay, my scale is 3, my actual is 10. My scale is 1 1/8. My actual, I don't know, right? That's my x. Okay. Any questions so far? So we just set up and then we cross multiply. All right. So 3x is equal to 10 times 1 1/8. All right. What I would do is I would make this an improper fraction, okay, and get 9/8. All right. Everybody with me? 9 over 8. Yeah. Okay. So 9 over 8 times 10. All right. So then I can reduce, okay, take 2 out of 8 and get 4, 2 out of 10 and get 5. What is 5 times 9? 45. And we have 4 on bottom. So we have 3x is equal to 45 over 4. Okay, same thing as 90 over 8. Okay, you reduce by 2. Then we need to divide both sides by 3. Okay, Dividing by 3 is the same thing as timesing by a third. All right? Dividing by 3 is the same thing as timesing by a third. So then I can take 3 out of 3 and get 1, 3 out of 45 and get 15. So my answer is 15 over 4, which reduces to 3 3/4 miles. Yeah. Okay. So we just set up a scale, do scale over actual. Okay. And then try and find the actual. All right. Any questions? All right. Here's your assignment.